It's Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. This is Scott Allen Miller, and this is Sheep Guarding Llama. So it's Wednesday. Today was another day in the office. Nothing too much to report. Busy. Midweeks tend to be. And It was extra busy today because Val was traveling out to Merida. So she was on planes early this morning and moving around between sites this afternoon. So while she was in the office, she was a little bit tied up. So I was a little bit busy taking care of that stuff, but not too much. Overall, pretty good day. Lots of fantastic work. That's been big this week. And then This evening, being Wednesday, this is our Dungeons and Dragons night. So we did the Cat and Taylor came over around 6 o'clock, 6:15, which I can't get out of work until about then. So pretty much they show up before I get out of work. And we had managed to have dinner before they got here. They came. This is our, I think, fifth time playing D&D. We're doing this one campaign from the starter box. We're moving really slowly because everybody's learning. I haven't played the 5th edition rules at all. I haven't played D&D in a really long time, so DMing is very laborious for me. And I have zero free time, so I never get a chance to look at the material and be like really on top of what we're going to do. So that's tough. And only Dominica has ever played, and she has really only ever played in really weird campaigns. So she's still struggling with how to be normal. And this is a starter pack, so she's starting to realize it's a starter pack, but trying to get her to understand, just be normal. Just light a torch and go into a cave. Don't try to come up with a weird way to solve a problem when just knocking on the door would do it, right? Like, just try the normal stuff, act like it's normal, because it is. It's vanilla D&D. Just a very basic starter set, level 1 characters, keep it simple, and they're spending literally hours trying to discuss every time they're going to look around a corner, and that's making it take forever when the whole thing could be 5 minutes, right? Just, okay, we're going to go in here, kill this thing, move on, grab the treasure, move on. Which it's great to get into the role play, but it's learning the mechanics, and there's no background story, right? It's just this book. So who knows what this dog is eating? She's finding whatever is on the ground and just leaves, nuts. Who knows? So we played until about 11:30. We had a pretty good session. I think each one's getting better than the last. Everybody's getting into it, understanding their characters, understanding the game world. I'm certainly improving as I figure out what to do. People are starting to roll faster. That kind of stuff. So it's going well, but we still have a long way to go. We're not even halfway through the adventure we're in yet. So that's surprising, just how much we're getting out of this one starter box set adventure. I have to watch the dog. She's really eating just all kinds of stuff out here that she should not have. So it was a good night, and that took our entire evening. And honestly, I was even in bed before Kat and Taylor left. Everybody wants to hang out late at night, and it's like, I gotta work in the morning, so I just go to bed and move things along, because I can't DM by the end because I'm so deliriously tired, because it really takes a lot out of you doing the Dungeon Master work on these campaigns. You have to pay so much attention to so many things and keep everyone focused and try to read the book and try to run the story and try to be the characters and everything. I did, for the first time tonight, we did have a I got to a point where I was able to get ahead and understood the characters enough, and I was able to turn off the lights and do like a creepy voice in the darkness thing, and Liesl really enjoyed that. She thought that was a fun a fun additional thing to the game, so that it was like, all up until that point we've been so like just trying to get the dice to work, that it's like, you see a goblin, what does the goblin do? It raises a bow and arrow. Okay, I shoot it, right? But this was finally like, oh, you hear a voice, oh, it does this, or what are you gonna say, how are you gonna react? And Liesl thought it was creepy and cool. Now, getting some of the adults to not be really weird about it was hard. Like, I don't know. I think if you haven't played from when you're young, like Liesl, who is experienced with it early on, I think it can be pretty tough to empathize with characters in a game world, and not. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but It's like in our earlier adventure, Dominica trying to go in without torches into total darkness and to push people into really dangerous situations that would be really awkward if you were standing there, to be like, oh, you have no power and you're blind. We're going to go into this room, and if anything goes wrong, you're all dead because you're blind, because you're in total darkness. All the characters would be like, I'm not doing that. That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm never going to take that risk. But in the game, getting everyone to understand, you realize you're walking into a room with no light, and you know there's monsters in there, right? And tonight we had a similar thing where people would talk to characters in really awkward ways that would be ridiculously uncomfortable if you talk that way in real life, and trying to get them to think that you can't have a conversation like this. It's not going to go over. What your character would never talk to someone like that in the game. Try empathizing. Put yourself in the place.
I think that my character would probably talk awkwardly to people because my character's not used to being around other people. So if my character had a conversation with someone, it might end up being a bit weird at times.
That's a good point. She is an elven mage. So that was our day for Wednesday, and I will talk to everyone tomorrow.